Week 3 is upon us. The season is already flying by, it feels like. But tonight we have a jam-packed show with some guests to talk about some fantasy football topics, discussing current trends, starts, sits, and then we'll have guests come and join us to talk about the Thursday night football game between Miami and Buffalo. We're also going to have a little back and forth between Trey and I about our both of our favorite teams' Week 2 outings, which were let's just say disappointing, but stay tuned. Let's hang out, and here we go.
Every week a new headline drops, game day fire and sideline shocks. Oh, soft fan feed this. Welcome to the show. We're bringing the heat. No suits, no scripts, just takes from the street. Every week we break down the squads. Real fans. This is the Fan Feed Pod.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to this episode of the Fan Feed Podcast. My name is Cameron, joined by Mr. Trey Bailey himself. How you doing, Trey?
Good, man. How are you?
I'm pretty good. I'm a little disappointed I didn't get to come into the studio today. But you know, life is life.
I'm here because I'm committed. Unlike you, man.
You do grind. I mean, you make sure that you're there week in, week out. I'm just don't have the dedication like you.
I'm grinding, man. I'm gonna start an app called Grinder. We're
no.
yeah, we're just people who grind and hop on. Yeah. Yeah. It's cool. I'm actually glad, like, you and I haven't spoken since week 2 concluded. Really,
this is wild.
Everybody's that's watching or listening, they're gonna get our real conversation because we really have not talked about week 2 yet together. So
I know.
Man, it's gonna be cool.
Well, we did send a little bit of text back and forth, and I did talk to you virtually on the Sunday night pod, even though I'm not sure. I might have been just speaking out into the abyss. You might not have been listening.
Oh no, I listened, and I'm ready to rip you apart for that. And you don't talk about Bo Nix like that, man.
Well, but before we get too far into our back and forth, I just want to shout out you guys. Man, we have been popping off. It feels like getting just a lot of different people coming in, different traffic. It's been a lot of fun meeting new people.
Yeah.
So if you haven't already and you're watching, pop on over to YouTube, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications so you can keep up to date. I mean, we're putting out 3 episodes a week typically, on Sunday, Tuesdays, and Thursday nights. And we have a lot going on over at the website. We have a lot of different people coming on the stream, writers and guests, and adding people to the team.
We got a new one tonight coming on the stream. That you got some
new person tonight. I love it. So yeah, if you guys haven't already, please subscribe. And please feel free to leave comments. I mean, I think I speak for both Trey and I. The comments have been pretty awesome just to be able to have conversations with everybody out there. Tonight, like I said earlier, we're going to talk some fantasy football here shortly. So if you have any fantasy football questions, we're going to be joined by a couple guys who are smarter than us, who would definitely be willing to take on your questions.
Yeah.
And even too, if you want to talk about week 2 or what you're looking forward to in week 3, like, we just want to hear from you. So don't be afraid to leave comments.
And we answer everything. We even talk to the trolls. We want
everybody to talk to the trolls.
Like got a voice here, so you guys let us know what you're thinking. Hop over to YouTube, like Cam said, and drop a comment for us. But yeah, man. So what's up?
What is up, dude? Yeah, so I want to hear from you. I want to hear it from you. Week 2 was brutal. We were doing the Sunday night stream. Me and our new co-host on Sunday nights, Caleb, which that was fun. But we were watching the game live, and the whole time I was just I couldn't hold it in. I don't know. I have this sick thing of, like, I enjoy watching other people's teams fail, and it's probably just because my team sucks and has sucked for so long. But how was Sunday for you, Trey?
Frustrating, right? I mean, it was a lot of good and bad. I'm not on the panic train like a lot of. I wouldn't even say like Broncos fans are necessarily panicking about Bo Nix. To me, the biggest question mark is actually coaching and Sean Payton, because there have been back-to-back weeks with very questionable things that he's done. Week 1, he had that 4th and 8 where, there was no reason for Bo to launch that ball down the field. But that was the play call that came in, and that's what he told him to do. So Bo went and did that, and, they failed that. But, luckily they were playing a Titans team that they could overcome.
Right.
This past week, I don't know, man. Like, why don't you? So there were 2 kicks in that game. I don't know how much attention you were paying. How much attention you were paying to the Broncos and the Colts? Probably not a whole lot, but the kick
I wanted to talk
about it. Yeah, the kick I'm talking about is not actually the main one. The 60-yarder and the leveraging penalty. The Broncos should have never been in that position in the first place. Will Lutz missed a kick right before that. That should have put them up 5 points, which in turn should have made the Colts have to score a touchdown in order to beat them. That is where the issue is. A little bit of coaching does come into mind, because if you get called for a leveraging penalty, that's the rule. As annoying as it is, it doesn't matter how often or how infrequent they call that. It's still the rule. So it doesn't matter. I saw a couple people on Twitter saying, the Colts did the same exact thing, right? But it doesn't matter. Like, it is still the rule. It's on the refs to really call it. But in the end, that's where coaching comes down to, and discipline comes down to it, is that you have to tell your guys it's a 60-yard field goal. This guy has never made a 60-yard field goal ever.
Yeah.
Just put your hands up. Like, you don't even have to try and block him. Just literally put your hands up and do nothing. Like, that's all you have to do. He will probably miss it. And sure enough, he shanked that thing. Broncos would have won. But I mean, I heard you on that podcast. I heard you call out Bo Nix for his interception. And I was like, oh, I mean, it was tipped. It was actually the right read. Cortland Sutton was open, but the ball got tipped at the line. DeForest Buckner, he's like, what, 6'7", 6'8"?
Oh, yeah, he's a dog.
So he tipped the ball. Obviously, it fell a little bit short, and it was picked off. It was the right decision. Just, he missed him. Missed that hand, or I guess hit that hand. But anyways, Bo Nix had an incredible first half of that game. He had 3 touchdowns. So I know you're on he's in a sophomore slump, but I'm not there. I think this was, a really good showing against the team where Tua, need I remind you that, the week before could do nothing. Could do nothing before. So.
Right. And Tua didn't look too bad against the Patriots. Yeah,
exactly. So let's hear your attacks since I started on the defense.
I can't really attack it too much. I think because of the time we do the stream on Sunday night, I think I got to see like the first quarter and some change before I started getting prepared for the stream. So I didn't really see a whole lot. I mean, the Colts are just that every year there's a surprise team. They're the surprise team this year. So it's not really fair to judge a team's worth when they go against that team, because we expect them to blow out the Colts, because the Colts were so bad last year and they're led by Daniel Jones, But it was just funny because we were on stream. I'm just watching some of the games on my TV, and I just happened to look up, and I see Bo Nix walking off the field, and I saw the highlight of the pick, and I'm like, oh no, it's exactly what I've been saying. And I don't think it's full on sophomore slump. It's clickbait, rage bait.
The Broncos have bigger needs than fixing the quarterback position. I think they're fine with Bo, honestly. But I mean, look at Jonathan Taylor. That guy had 165 yards on the ground. Yeah, and he had 50 yards through the air. He had over 200 yards. Like, one player. You can't stop the running back. I don't know. So, I mean, the linebacking core in Denver, that's a concern. The defense, they're kind of spotty. They're a little
Well,
bit shaky. I'm not gonna lie, man.
I was gonna say, I think the thing that's shocked me the most about the Broncos this year is the offensive line play and the defense against the run. I don't think they've been terrible against the pass, but against the run, they're what we call a run funnel defense, where the pass defense is good, so teams are just incentivized to run the ball, and the run defense is not very good, so it just forces other teams to run the ball against them.
And Dre Greenlaw, who they signed in the offseason, he hasn't played yet. And he also didn't practice yesterday. I didn't check today to see if he practiced, but things aren't looking good for week 3. And the Chargers are not a good running defense or running team at all. Sorry, but they might look good on Sunday.
They might have to. Yeah.
And if
Marion Hampton breakout game.
Right. Yeah. So sneak peek if you want to start a fantasy running back this week, or trade for one super low. Get him before he runs all over the Broncos on Sunday.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm a concerned Broncos fan. I'm pretty concerned right now about the defense, but we'll see. We'll see what happens.
The last thing I'll say on the Broncos is just that I see the Sean Payton tomfoolery, if you will, because hardly playing RJ Harvey, which we're both big fans of RJ Harvey. You kind of expected for him to have a slow start. I saw a role for him. I think he's like the Jaleel McLaughlin, but he's better, and they haven't really, it seems like they haven't really trusted him with that role. So maybe they're just slow playing him. But they also don't have like a ton of weapons on the offense, but seeing them use Troy Franklin's been very encouraging. And I know everybody's been like snatching him up in fantasy football. Yeah, I just traded for him 2 weeks ago in fantasy football, which was fun because he finally popped off. But now I'm terrified because I just know that this is the week that Sean Payton's going to be like, Marvin Mims.
Yeah, pull it back. It's like the Pat Bryant breakout game. Yeah,
it's going to be one of them. And that's just what you get with Sean Payton. Like, it's so frustrating. But speaking of defenses that can't stop the run, should we talk about the Steelers?
Let's do it.
I literally said this on the stream Sunday was I can't wait to talk to Trey and just sit beside him and be like, what are we doing? Like, our defenses suck. Like, what happened?
Man, okay. So is there any defense in the league that has good linebackers? Like, if you look around,
that's the thing.
I feel like everybody is going, our linebackers suck. Yeah. Well, and I don't think that the Broncos linebackers suck. I just think that they're injury ridden, and I don't know. Alex Singleton, I like him. I don't know how good he is still, but he's not good in coverage, seemingly.
So this is the thing. I think we talked about this earlier in the year. That I just kind of see in how the NFL shifts. And, 5, 6, 7 years ago was when the passing offenses just started taking off. And teams were throwing the ball 40, 50 times a game. I mean, if you ever watched like the stat line ticker at the bottom of the games, telling you who were the top 10 quarterbacks, they all had over like 300 something yards and 2-3 touchdowns. And so teams had to change to match up with these defenses, especially because you got more athletic tight ends and fast slot receivers and all this stuff. So they had to invest in these smaller linebackers that were able to play pass coverage. I know for a fact because the Steelers were so late to this one, they kept trying to play the big like Ray Lewis type linebacker in the middle, and they kept getting cooked by like Gronkowski, Mark Andrews, name any other tight end, David Njoku,
Aaron Hernandez.
Travis Kelce, Aaron Hernandez, like all of them. Harold Fannin even cooked him, and he hadn't even played a snap yet. So now the Steelers have invested in the fast guys. I mean, they got Patrick Queen, who's kind of in between, like a hybrid. Yeah. But Peyton, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm gonna just Peyton Wilson, blank on his name. Peyton Wilson, it runs like a 4.35 or 4.40, like as a middle linebacker. He's nuts crazy fast. Yeah. So he's great in coverage. But my gosh, dude, like him trying to stop a running back is just, it's painful. And like, they're playing a lot of nickel and dime coverages. I don't know, dude. It just, the Steelers just have so many problems. I wanted so bad for this to be a good year, and it is like destined for a 9-8 finish.
Yeah, I mean, just looking at the Steelers, just these last 2 weeks, you get extremely hot and extremely cold, right?
Yeah.
Like Aaron Rodgers thrown for 4 touchdowns, and then all of a sudden they just honestly like crap the bed at home to a Seattle team that's not very good.
Yep.
Well, that seems like they're not very good, anyways, or at least on paper they shouldn't be. But yeah, it's very surprising. I don't know. I mean, I agree. I think it could be like a 9-8, 8-9 season, but I also think that they could pick it up. I mean, not to deflect back to the Broncos, but even when Peyton Manning came to the Broncos, they started that season 2-3.
Right.
And it wasn't until week 6 that they really took off. Because I mean, Aaron Rodgers is also coming into a new system, right? He's still building chemistry with his receivers too. And some of that showed against the Jets last week, but you wonder how good the Jets are. And after the Jets week 2 outing, you don't think they're very good. Or you wouldn't say that they're very good. I mean, they look pretty bad, and they look like they're only getting worse.
Like, how did we let 32 points get scored on us by these guys?
Yeah. I don't know, man. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think that there's been a true litmus test for the Steelers yet, and I don't know. It's interesting.
There's still a lot of football to be played.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's not bad. I did see somebody on Twitter say that the last time the Steelers went 1-1 to start the season, they went to the Super Bowl. So, that's I guess encouraging. I don't really know what that means, but they just looked like a mess. And really, I think so. The defense is a problem. They did kind of beef up a little bit, towards like the middle of the game, but like the first quarter and the fourth quarter were really bad. Against the run. Jalen Ramsey looks like a good move. He's made a lot of pretty good plays. But if we can't stop the run, it just opens up the other team for, they can do whatever they want against us because we're just like on skates the whole time. Now, on the offensive side, the biggest problem is just the lack of receiver help. I mean, it is so apparent. It just makes me so upset. I was so excited to see DK Metcalf, George Pickens, bully ball, two of like the meanest guys in the NFL. Just push. I mean, great run blockers, and then just like bigger and stronger than everybody else. And they trade away Pickens, and now we've got Calvin Austin, who did have a good game week 1, but didn't do much this week. Roman Wilson, who is yet to do anything and still struggling. I think we've got another vet, Robert Woods. Like no help, and like they're running like a bunch formation, and it's DK Metcalf, Jonnu Smith, and Pat Freiermuth in the bunch, and it's just like, oh, it's so slow. Caleb Johnson, did you see that? The fumble kickoff?
Yes, I did. I saw the highlight. Yeah.
Oh, so bad. Like our rookie running back that's supposed to be exciting, like. I will say Jaylen Warren looked good. That was nice to see. But, yeah, they have a lot to tighten up and become more disciplined as a team. It's definitely week 2. It's early in the season. We could change some of these things. But if this keeps up of like this, one day we're good, one day we're bad thing, it's just going to be such a frustrating season for Steelers fans. So,
I don't think the narratives can be written yet about any team.
No.
Even the Indianapolis Colts, who I don't know if you know this, they're on top of the AFC right now. Do you know that?
Yeah, I did.
They're the number 1 seed in the AFC right now. That is so crazy.
Daniel Dimes, baby.
Indiana Jones. Dude. We can just touch like real quick on like some of these other week 2 games before we get into like week 3 stuff. But like Commanders also crap in the bed, and Jaden Daniels is hurt.
That was rough. I mean, really, the best game from the slate was the Cowboys-Giants game.
Oh my gosh, I watched every snap of that game. I don't know if I texted that to you. Yeah, every single snap. And as a Russ hater, a well documented Russ hater, right? I was sitting there, and I was with my father-in-law, and he's a Giants fan, and I was just like, "This is crazy!" Like Russ looks so good. He looks genuinely so good. And I was like, I think he threw for more yards in that game than he threw for his entire career in Denver. Like it was crazy.
His entire career as a whole. It was his career high.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. It was unbelievable.
Yeah.
Malik Neighbors is the truth. Holy cow.
And let's not sleep on Wan'Dale Robinson.
Yeah. I picked him up in one of my leagues. I wasn't back to your Troy Franklin point. I tried to get him, but my wife actually snagged him before I could. And I was like, oh my gosh. Yeah.
My dad dropped my dad dropped Luther Burden in our league. For Troy Franklin. And he called me to inform me. He was like, I know you like this guy, so I'm just giving you a heads up. You can go grab him. I'm like, well, I'm going to see it anyway, Dad. But, either way, shout out Pops. I guess he just didn't have the fortitude to hold the line like some of us do. Still buying Luther Burden anywhere I can.
Cowboys dropped 40.
I know.
Pretty crazy.
Well, I was going to ask you, so what game did you ever get to watch the Ravens-Bills game all the way through from week one? So game of the year, is it Ravens-Bills week one or is it Cowboys-Giants week two?
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely the Ravens-Bills just because you're
more at stake.
How do I say this delicately? You can look at like two crap teams kind of go out there and tear each other apart. But when you see like the juggernauts do it, like that's what's really impressive is because they're supposed to have some of the better defenses and the better offenses. And so I don't know, you had a big 15-point comeback in that game too. So it's definitely the Ravens and the Bills. That game was better for sure. It's gonna be better than the game tonight for sure. But I don't know. The Giants and Cowboys, again, my father-in-law, who's a Giants fan, he was sitting there and he was like, at least it was fun, right? Like, at least it was a good game and they showed some sort of life. And you and I have been hammering the table for Jackson Dart to start over there in New York, and I don't think we're going to see that, man.
So, did you see the whole last drive? I mean, you said you watched it. Did you see them starting to put Jackson Dart in and then pulling him off, and then putting him back in and pulling him off?
They brought him in to hand the ball off, which I thought was so really weird. Yeah,
it just made no sense.
Russ can just do that. I mean, just anybody.
When it's also like the fourth quarter in a very close game against a division team, and it's like, all right, well, are they intentionally trying to lose? That's what it felt like, but it just doesn't make sense for them as a team. It was so weird, and I don't think Dart played any other snaps that game until that point. So just really weird. But yeah, no, I'd say. As entertaining and fun as the Giants-Cowboys game was, that Ravens-Bills game, it's the kings of the AFC. And for the Bills to come back on them like they did, that was just special. And, of course, the Cowboys won this game, so it's not really fun. Although Brandon Aubrey is the truth. What was it, 64-yarder?
Yeah. Dude, he's good. And we actually, I mean, if you guys are any Cowboys fans watching right now, we have two articles I think our Cowboys guys dropped on our website, fanfeednetwork.com. They dropped two separate articles about Brandon Aubrey. They're awesome. And he's awesome. My gosh, he's so good.
We've had some good field goal kicks the last 2 weeks. I mean, Chris Boswell kicking that 60-yarder to win it against the Jets in week one. That was sick. And then Aubrey kicking 64 yards to go into overtime. Was that it?
No,
or to go? Am I messing this up?
For the Cowboys?
Yeah.
They did go to overtime last week. Yeah.
Yep. I think they had 20 seconds on the clock and they got basically to half field and they were like, all right, let's just go for it. And they they booted it 64 yards, made it look easy. That was nuts. I'm trying to think of any other games that were fun.
Yeah. I'm not so. Anyways, it doesn't matter. I'm not so sure. It doesn't matter. We'll move on.
I might be wrong.
Huh?
Was I wrong?
I don't know.
No, it matters, Trey.
That was week one of the NFL season. Week week 1. Of course, it was week 1. It was that was the first game. The Cowboys at Eagles. I can't remember. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, we'll have to ask our guests when they get here. We'll let them settle this.
Yeah.
See who knows the most ball. But yeah, before they go on, it was cool to see. Did you hear me talk about you on Sunday night when we did our predictions? And I announced that.
No, go for it. Tell me live.
You were incorrect.
So my real reaction.
You were incorrect on week 1.
What's that?
I'm trying to remember. Was it the Vikings game? You were.
Yeah.
What was the week 1 Vikings game?
The Bears.
Vikings Bears, and you picked the Bears, right?
I did pick the Bears. Yeah.
Yeah. So, boo on you.
It's all good. I don't know if you saw. We we had a couple other guys filling in for you last week, and we blindly asked. The guy Brandon who he doesn't know the NFL at all. We just said blindly pick who's going to win. These slated games. We went back and we calculated it, and he got more correct than we did, which is pretty crazy, just off of nothing. Like I think he was 11-6, and we were both 10 and he was 11-5, and we were both 10-6. It was pretty crazy.
He ran extremely pure. That was a great episode, and I'm just going to shout it out, even though I wasn't on there. I did shout it out on Sunday, but I'm going to say it again. Y'all need to go look at this podcast episode. Actually, Brandon knows so much ball because he brought up the GOAT, Micah McGinty, straight out of Atlanta, played for the Atlanta Stripes. I don't know if any of you young timers know him, but I don't know if this show. Yeah, that's Micah McGinty, everybody.
Oh, that's Micah McGinty.
Yeah, Micah McGinty.
Oh my gosh, dude.
He was a dog for the Atlanta Stripes. He was actually a running back. Yeah, so shout out to Brandon.
Actual jersey. They're wearing soccer jerseys on the football field.
That's right. Oh man. Well, anyway, I mean, do you want to just go ahead? We'll bring our guests on and start this fantasy discussion.
Yeah, dude. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Hop into the fantasy stuff.
See everybody here.
To talk to these guys.
Shout out to our producer. Oh, is it working? Oh, look at that.
Our producer, Isaac. What's up, Isaac?
Our producer, Isaac. What up, Isaac? And here we are, the boys. What's up, fellas?
How's it going?
No, well.
Yeah, unfortunately, we had to cancel fantasy podcast episode on Tuesday, but we're making up for it today. Right, fellas?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
for sure. Good thing we canceled on Tuesday. I was actively finding out I had COVID on Tuesday.
Oh,
so that would have been quite the
gosh.
I'm glad I took a test instead, but I'm recovering now. I'm happy to.
Yeah, we didn't want you to spread it to us.
Yeah, through the screen. I've heard that that's a way that it can transmit. So
I don't know. It got around somehow. It gets around all over the place. But I was trying to remember because some of y'all had some pretty good takes from week 1 heading into week 2. Does anybody want a victory lap their takes really quick before we go into the meat of this?
Somebody said don't start Bo Nix? Who said that? I don't know, man. I started Josh Allen. Started Josh Allen over Bo Nix this week, and that was a mistake. But I did the opposite in week 1 because I was like, Bo Nix going up against the Titans, like he's gonna go crazy, and then he crapped the bed, and then Josh Allen crapped the bed this week. So I'm not feeling great about my team right now, or my decisions, I should say.
Yeah, human error is painful. Well, let's do this really quick because y'all are in the everyone except for Trey are in the fan feed writers league, right?
I am not in the league. I'm not.
Oh, you're not, Logan? Okay.
I'm not. No.
Well, really quickly, Alex and Dom, do you want to just give a rundown of how you're doing so far? Do you feel happy or depressed?
First thing I'm saying is I'm not accepting your trade, Alex. I'll say that. I'll say it on the air now.
I don't know what trade I sent you. I got like
you tried to give me Tyreek. I said last week on the pod I'm staying all the way away from the Dolphins offense. So I can't.
That's fair enough. He had a good week. I'm trying to sell him high.
It's fair. It's a good idea. But I mean, I think I'm 1-1 right now. But I really like
Technical
my team.
difficulties. Shoot.
Oh, my
What did you
bad.
say, Alex?
Technical difficulties. 1 second. My apologies.
Oh yeah, you're good.
But,
You're good.
It's
about
COVID.
the league, I think last week was very unfortunate for me because I was the second highest scoring person and I lost to the first number 1 scoring team. So
Painful.
you never like it when that happens. But
Who was the number 1 last?
it'll
week?
get better. I'm 0-2 right now. But hopefully it can go up.
Oh, you lost to Valdemar by like 3. That's crazy.
I did.
Yeah,
and I lost on Monday Night Football.
Oh, yeah. Valdemar and my wife are actually the top 2 teams in the league, and my wife kicked my butt last week, beat me by like 9 points. Just painful.
That's crazy, dude.
All right, well, let's do this, Logan. I'm going to hand the reins over to you so you can kind of lead us into the void and tell us what we're talking about tonight.
All right, so today we're going to be previewing week 3 a little bit, and we'll be doing a couple of segments for the fantasy football show. We'll be doing a segment called Trending or Ending, and then we will be giving our starts, sits for this week. So we will start with the Trending and Ending, and we're going to start with the rookie running back situation. Multiple rookie running backs, 8 high ADPs, not really, producing at that rate. Alex, what if there is a rookie running back out there that you are worried about? Which one is it out of the group?
Well, I'm a Patriots fan, and I am worried about Travion Henderson's fantasy production for the next couple of weeks, especially because Ramondre looks so good, and he looked so good in the passing game this last week. He set a career high in reception yards. He had a big 55-yard reception. That was the bulk of that, but he still had 5 other catches. We thought going into the season that Travion was going to be the one getting the catches, and since it's Ramondre instead, it caps his upside a lot. I think it's going to take a bit for Travion to become fantasy relevant this year.
Dominic, do you agree with that assessment, or do you have a other running back that you are more worried about?
I think I'm on board with Alex with this one. Definitely was looking for him to catch more balls, especially how he did in Ohio State. They literally used him primarily for catching balls, and Judkin was the rusher there. So we all thought that he was going to be that pass catching back. I mean, granted, it's early. I think that week 2 is still very, very early in this fantasy football season, but you got to worry a little bit how they're using the 3 running back system. So definitely, I'm on board with Alex with this one. I'm definitely a little bit worried.
So do you think that this trend of him, not getting snaps on field, is that going to continue to be a trend, or do you see it ending anytime soon?
Alex, you want to take this one?
Not necessarily soon. I say around mid-season. They might start giving Travion more chances. I mean, especially if Ramondre's known to fumble every once in a while. If he has a couple games in a row where he does that, it could switch up really fast. But as long as Ramondre is putting up the production that he did on Sunday against the Dolphins, then it's going to be a trend until something changes.
Yeah, and I'll just add the big reason he didn't play a lot in week 2. I mean, week 1, it was kind of expected for him to not get a ton of play, but week 2, 3 holding calls, and really bad in pass pro, which is like his calling card. In college, it was at least.
Yeah.
They're old school coaches. So he's really going to have to earn it in ways that fantasy people don't like, pass blocking, playing clean games, the things that don't show up on the scoreboard in fantasy. So I'm with Alex. I think it's going to take a couple weeks before he can start popping off. I will say it's a great time to buy these guys because people are frustrated with them. And especially like Travion, I don't think this week's going to be the week either. So, if you can go buy him now, let him sit on your bench. You might be able to get him kind of cheap. Trade a Troy Franklin for him. Maybe. Who knows?
Yeah, and I also think, rookie running, like the common denominator in these rookie, like Ashton Genty, Trayvon Henderson, RJ Harvey, the common denominator of why they're not getting on the field is, to your point, they're struggling in the pass pro situations. And I think for like example, rookie running backs usually take a little bit to get going. Like Bucky Irving last season really didn't get going, really didn't take over the backfield till halfway through the season. Jahmyr Gibbs was another rookie a couple years ago that kind of started out slow. These rookies kind of start, not out of the gates as we assume. So for most of these running backs, I think it's most of ending, but like you guys said, it's going to take time for these things to materialize. So I think we have to give it time. And if you have other running back options, I would probably suggest playing them over some of these guys and letting them sit on your bench. Like I have Hampton in one of my leagues, and I kind of went receiver heavy in this league, so I pretty much have to keep relying on him. But he's another guy that I'm somewhat worried about. But I think, the Chargers passing game, I think they've thrown 61 times the first 2 weeks. I think that's kind of going to go back to the mean in these next few weeks.
Well,
we talked about this a little bit, Logan. Broncos defense can't stop any running backs, and Jonathan Taylor just put 165 on the ground and 50 receiving. So if you're going to play Amari and Hampton, this week's probably a good week to try it out. But yeah, I mean, I agree with you guys. Like you look at, Hampton, you look at RJ Harvey, you look at, Ollie Gordon obviously is playing second fiddle to Achane, but like none of these guys are getting really good fantasy production. Yeah, and I know it's, there's a pretty major learning curve in coming to the NFL. Even Ashton Genty said that this week, right? There's a pretty big learning curve. So, yeah, it's kind of hard to rely on the rookie running backs so early in the season. But that's why I said fade RJ Harvey a few weeks ago to Cam, and he was like, I don't believe you. But I don't know, man.
This all applies unless your name is Bill Krosky Merritt, because
That's
Bill,
true.
They traded away one running back. The other one died so that Bill could live. It's happening for Bill.
Yeah. Sacrificial
And then,
lamb.
are you guys worried at all about like Ashton Genty because he was a first-round pick? Does he get any more worried than the other guys, or is it just basically he's going to be the workhorse, he's going to get his opportunities? I think it's more of an offensive line issue for Genty.
For sure. I saw a stat that he's getting more yards after contact than before contact because he's getting touched in the backfield every single play, which is insane.
Gosh.
And there's no chance that he could have done better so far with how the O-line's playing. But if they get some cohesive, if they start to come together a little bit as a unit, then I think that he could still end up as an RB1 by the end of the year.
And I think the biggest thing too is you have to remember he's not coming from like an SEC school. He's not like a Alabama, Georgia running back who's playing against guys who he's going to see next year in the league, like on the defensive line, or playing with, he wasn't playing with quality offensive linemen at Boise, but the Raiders is a big step down in most NFL offensive lines. So they don't even know what to do with Jackson Powers Johnson. They had him at center. They have him at guard now. So their whole offensive line, like Alex and Logan said, is terrible. But I honestly would give him a few weeks. If you could buy, that's a guy. If you could buy him low right now, trade a I would even, as a Bears fan, trade a Roma Dunze for him. I know it's crazy. 30
That's
points. Hot. Yeah, I saw that
Spicy.
face cam. 30 points. Do you think this Bears offense is going to keep up that production? Trade those big games away? Tyreek Hill. I don't know about Tyreek Hill, but those guys that have big games, trade for guys like Hampton and Genty, especially early in the season. We see with Bucky Irving last year. He came out of his shell. This completely stole Rachaad White's job. So get like Logan, Alex, and Cam and Trey said, get these guys now. Get these guys now while they're fresh off the press and they're still developing in that offense.
Yeah, what Dom's really trying to say here is buy Luther Burden. So, go ahead, Trey.
Yeah. When he finally gets a snap, sure, yeah, we'll buy it. We'll buy
like 15% last week. We're going up.
I was just curious, and I'm sure you guys remember Doug Martin back in 2012 when he got drafted. Doug Martin, like his first outing, he had 142 yards and had 18 reception yards. That very first game, pretty crazy. But then the next game, he had 62 yards. Game after that, he had 16 yards. Then he put up 128 and then 56 and then 50. Like even someone like Doug Martin, who put up almost a 2,000 total yard season when you take into account his I think he had 1,300, 1,400 total yards that year, plus like 400 yards receiving. When you take all that into account, like even he struggled early. And that was a crazy, crazy year. So I don't know. At some point, one of these guys is bound to break. And I don't know. There's just so many quality options. And I'm excited to see who's going to have that real big first game. Because, NFL world's going to go crazy when it happens.
For our next trending or ending topic, we are going to discuss the Eagles' offense. Through the first 2 weeks, it's been an absolute struggle bus for the offense. Jalen Hurts only has, I think, 253 passing yards, no touchdowns. He has 2 rushing touchdowns. The passing offense is really non-existent, and they're really not pushing the ball down the field. Alex, is this something that you believe is trending, or will it end anytime soon?
I think that it is trending a little bit, and I think it's a scheming issue with the offense. It looks like the receivers are not getting open at all. You watch any play, and you can understand why Jalen Hurts only had, I think it was 103 pass yards last week, because none of his receivers are open. And the only one that's getting any production really is Devontae Smith, because he kind of thrives in the shorter routes. But I think it trends a little bit, but at the same time, I think it'll regress to the mean. Last year, no, Jalen Hurts wasn't throwing for 300 yards a game, but he was throwing for more than 200 pretty often. I think he'll get closer to that, especially as the season progresses. And I can't imagine A.J. Brown stays locked up like this for long. I'm so high on A.J. Brown. I think he's one of the 5 most talented receivers in the league, and he's got to break through at some point.
Dominic, do you agree with those thoughts, or are you on the other side?
I honestly, I'm half and half. Like I do believe that they're not getting open. I mean, it was a tough first 2 matchups to go against, Cowboys, and who don't have the most talented secondary, but it's still a really divisional hard matchup they're going against. And then, the Super Bowl rematch. So it's a tough 2 first weeks. So I'd say maybe be a little patient, but at the same time, I don't think they don't look like they're getting open. Jalen's not looking for them first. He's looking to run. You see a lot of his plays too, especially in that Dallas game. He's looking to run. I know the game script probably went off the rails in the Chiefs game because that was a little that was hectic, but he's looking to run and he's not targeting his first options. Dallas got 10 points in the first and week 1. AJ Brown had 1.7, 1.3. So when we look at that, it's he's not targeting his main guys. He's targeting, oh wow, God, it's open somewhere, or let me just run it 10 yards and get a first down. So definitely a little worried, but hopefully these guys, like Alex said, AJ Brown's a top 5 receiver in the league. No questions. If he's on another team, he's a top 5 receiver in fantasy. So yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you guys. It's going to continue to be a trend. I do disagree on the fact that I think most of it is Jalen Hurts' unwillingness to push the ball down the field. I truly believe that there are receivers at times open. Sometimes there's no receivers really open, but I think it's more of an issue that he's just not letting the ball rip when his receivers are open down the field. And also the offensive coordinator did say earlier this week that they're going to give Jalen Hurts more design runs, which is going to be even more of a headache for A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith owners. So I don't know. I agree with you guys, but I do disagree a tad of why they're having these issues.
Yeah, I'll agree too with Alex because I do think 100% this is a function of the offense. You go from Kellen Moore to what is the guy's name? Joe. It's like Joe Pesci or something, but it's not Joe Pesci. But it's
Joe
very
Mama.
conservative. It's literally like the offense that every Super Bowl contender plays the year after they win the Super Bowl because they keep most of their roster. And think about it, if you're a Philly Eagle, you've got Saquon and you've got Jalen Hurts. If you get 2nd and 1, 2nd and 2, 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2, that you're going to get a first down, whether it takes you 1 or 2 tries, because they use the tush push, which I don't think should be banned, but it just is so irritating. And especially this last week with all the video of the guards jumping before the snap. I mean, that's just crazy. That has to stop. I'm okay with it if it's legal, but now it's it's not legal.
There was one clip where all 5 of the offensive linemen were over the line. That's unreal.
the center lines up past the ball. Like
Yeah,
he's
every
over
time.
top of the ball. And
They've got to
so
call that. The officials
they've
have
got
to
to call that. It's the same as like what the Chiefs, and Logan probably knows this. The Chiefs tackle Jawan Taylor. Is that him?
John Taylor, yeah. He's always false starting.
He's always jumping early. And it's almost got it perfectly timed, but sometimes he does jump early, and they did start calling that. But yeah, I just think they're playing a very conservative offense. They're only thinking about the next first down, and they're just trying to manage the game and run the clock out from the very beginning of the game. It's just bad to watch. Like if you're an Eagles fan, you're like, oh yeah, we won again, 17-7. Hooray. It's like, ew, it's the grossest win ever. And I just think Jalen Hurts, actually Jalen decided to make an appearance on the show tonight.
What? Oh, okay.
Got him.
Jalen Hurts sucks.
Okay,
at throwing the ball,
I absolutely, and I think that's another thing that people aren't really talking about. Like they just kind of point to the offense coordinator play calling. I do think it's more of a Jalen Hurts issue than that's my opinion. Like I just don't think he looks to push the ball down the field at all.
When do you guys think he's going to have his next 200-yard game? Just stop me. Like, just hold your hand up when you think this is it. They play the Rams next. Nobody? All right. They play the Bucks after that. They play the Broncos.
Yeah.
After the,
I think the Bucks maybe.
Okay.
I think the Bucks maybe.
Okay.
But it's still like
how many yards did Stroud put up on the Bucks this past week?
Stroud didn't throw the ball.
Yeah.
Stroud didn't throw the ball against the Bucks. He had 14 completions, I think.
Yeah.
The difference is the Texans' offense is just horrendous in general. They don't even have a
offensive line's really bad. But you're right. I mean, I just even if they play a bad pass defense, Trey's right. Like we might think the Bucks, because I don't think the Bucks have a good pass defense, but they're probably going to run the ball more. You know, and especially against Baker Mayfield, you don't want him to hold the ball. So what are they going to do? Keep it away from him. Play a game of possession. It's just gross. Like he might not break 200 yards this year, even though he plays.
And Elijah Cansey's also out of that game as well. So
exactly,
they're probably going to focus on running the ball in that game.
Isn't Devontae Smith also hurt? He's hurt, right?
He hurt his tailbone during the Chiefs game. I don't know if there was any practice reports on him this week, if he's been out at all. But in terms of like AJ Brown, if you guys had him, would you be looking to trade him away and just cutting ties and getting as much value as you could right now? I mean, the thing is, I don't know how much value you're going to get at this point.
I mean, like you said, who would you trade?
Would you go after like Nico Collins or Drake London or one of those guys?
100%.
Both those guys struggling, I would probably do that.
Oh my God, yeah.
If I can get him.
If I could get another top 10 guy for him, yeah. But I'm not a big fan of selling low. If he has a good week somewhere in here where he gets a touchdown, maybe I'd sell moderately high then, but I wouldn't sell him right now.
Okay, that's fair. I think like potentially maybe somebody looks at the name of AJ Brown and is like, okay, I'll give away Drake London, I'll give away Nico Collins. They're both struggling. I'll get them away for that. But yeah, in terms of the Eagles, I'm overall just thinking this is going to continue to be a part of their offense for a long part of the season.
Yeah.
Let's now move to our start sits for week 3, a preview of week 3. Dominic, give us a start and a sit that you have this week.
All right. So for me, I'm sticking with my start. And I know Cam's gonna like this. Bill, we're starting Bill.
Yeah.
He's gonna. I actually had a conversation with somebody before last week's game, and they were saying, well, he's not gonna get any work. He's not gonna get receiving work. Eckler goes down. He's gonna get all the receiving work now. He's gonna be it's gonna be check down city to him whenever the play breaks down. Jaden Daniels does target his running backs. I know he likes to rush a lot, but he does target. He spreads the ball out pretty well. I think this is a good week to see how that. I think they play Las Vegas, so again, softer defense. Not going to be as tough as playing the Broncos or the Steelers or somebody where it's tougher against rookie running backs, rookie players. So definitely start Bill. I'm probably gonna sit. Tyreek Hill this week. I know he had a great game last week. I'm not gonna be fooled though. I think that Miami offense is terrible, and hopefully everybody's seeing this before the game tonight. Please, I would sit him. I'm not on him at all. So I think those are my two big starts and sits.
I agree with both of those calls. I think those are both great calls. Alex, who do you have as your start-sit decisions this week?
A big start for me this week, and I thought this would be obvious to everybody, but I had some friends talking to me like, oh, do I start this guy over like J.K. Dobbins? Do I start him over David Montgomery? My answer is yes. Start Jordan Mason this week because he is getting the entire load of the Vikings offense on his shoulders. Last week when Aaron Jones got injured, he was getting some receiving work too. He was efficient last year, and now it's a good offense. Carson Wentz is going to be handing the ball off a good bit. We remember Carson Wentz when he was with the Colts. The best thing he did was hand the ball off to Jonathan Taylor. So I think that he's going to be a big start this week. And my sit for this week is kind of a hot take, but I'm going to sit Tucker Kraft. I know he had a boom game last week, but the Browns have been really good against tight ends this year. They've only allowed 42 yards, 2 tight ends. Tucker Kraft, they're going to be focusing on him after the incredible game he had last week. They're going to be trying to take him out of the game. And I think that once the Packers get up, as they will, I don't see the Browns being able to do any offense on him. I think they're going to run the ball. It's going to be more of a Josh Jacobs game than a Tucker Kraft game.
Yeah.
He also injured his knee today.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Tucker? Oh, I
Yeah,
didn't see
I'm
that.
sorry, Logan.
Yeah. Oh, you're good.
Yeah.
You're
Good sit.
It's a good
Great
sit.
sit. So my start-sit calls are both from the quarterback position this week. The start may be a bit unpopular, but I'm going to start Caleb Williams this week. I think he's in a very plus matchup against the Dallas Cowboys. They just allowed 450 yards and 3 touchdowns to Russell Wilson last week. Deron Bland is out this week. Jalen Johnson's out for the Bears. So it's going to be a game where both offenses are going to throw to score. And Caleb Williams is averaging 42.5 rushing yards per game, which provides you a safe floor if you can also get a rushing touchdown. The over-under is 50.5 in this game. I just think, the Bears have a lot of weapons. They can't really run the ball, so it's going to basically promote them to throw the ball. So I think they're going to be a pass-heavy team this week. And I'm very confident in Caleb Williams being a quarterback 1, top 12 quarterback this week. So I'll be starting him. And then the quarterback I'll be sitting this week is Kyler Murray. For me, he's just one of the most frustrating players to trust in fantasy. If he gets a touchdown, his ceiling's probably 16, 17 points. So if he doesn't get that touchdown, you're probably looking at almost single digits. So Kyler Murray's a sit for me against a really tough 49ers defense.
Man, Caleb Williams. This is breakout game. Comes out, throws for like 304 touchdowns. That would be nice. I think Chicago fans everywhere will be singing his praises after that.
Only if it's to Luther or Colson.
I mean, if Russell Wilson can do it.
I mean,
One of the
exactly.
That is true.
One of the rookies that they drafted, first 2 rounds, it would be nice to see, but I'll take anybody at this point.
I did throw together start sit. I don't write a column, but my number 1 player in all of fantasy this week is Bijan. It's just going to be lights out. He'd probably 3 touchdowns, 200 yards. He is going to be running wild. I totally forgot who they're playing against. So give me 1 second.
They have the Panthers.
Panthers. Panthers are a terrible run defense. So if anybody plays like DFS or even they gamble, please gamble responsibly. Like Bijan, hit the over. More of a harder start. I think Ashton Genty is the guy that I'm after this week. Going against the Commanders, they're kind of a run funnel defense where they're decent against the pass and they force teams to kind of run the ball against them. I think the Raiders have seen, the both the good and bad with Geno. When you put the game in Geno's hands, and I think Pete Carroll, being an old school guy, does want to give Ashton some more carries. It just feels like, one of those games. He might not break out all the way, but it feels like a pretty good matchup for him. My sit is Marvin Harrison Jr., and this just tags on to what Logan said. Kyler Murray just flat out. Oh, it's just so frustrating. And they interviewed him this past week about, targeting Marv, and he was just like, well, everybody wants targets. Dog, we do not care. Nobody cares about Michael Wilson or Zay Jones or whoever the heck else. Trey McBride, maybe, yes. But Marvin Harris, this is just it's so sad to me because Marvin Harrison, I think, is such a good prospect. And in so many other situations would have been a really good receiver. It's just going to be another disappointing season for him. Already has been. I think this last game, what was his stat line? It was, hold on, pulling this up because I'm bad at this. He had 5 targets for 2 catches for 27 yards. It's just like abysmal. And even week 1 in his like quote unquote good game, he only had 6 targets. And he got 5 catches, 71 yards, and one of them was a touchdown. So like awesome. He gets the touchdown. It looks like a good fantasy game, but the target share is not there for a guy who's a top 5 overall pick in the draft. Sell Marvin Harrison, get rid of him.
It's so surprising how little they use him. I mean, you draft him as high as you do, and then you're going to say what? Everybody wants targets? I don't know. That doesn't make any sense to me. I feel like if you're drafted that high, they're banking on using you primarily over everybody else. Can't just like draft him high to use him as a decoy. That's kind of, I don't know. That's kind of silly to me, but I'm not the coach of the Cardinals, and I'm probably thankful that I'm not.
Yeah, and they don't really drop any easy plays for him either. Like everything's like either like a back shoulder fade or just like a contested catch. It seems like.
Yes.
And imagine like saying that about like Trey McBride, like who they like glorify and targets. Like they rain down to, well, why aren't you targeting Trey McBride? I don't know. Like it's just that's a crazy thing to say.
I did see a stat this week that Marvin Harrison is like one of the league leaders in like in breaking routes this season, which is a good change, but they're still not throwing the ball to him. And so I'm like right there with Logan. This is what I wanted to see was more of these easy targets. You know, throw him a screen. Like he might not be the fastest guy. He might run a 4.5. We don't know because he didn't test the combine, but we've seen him hit 22.5 or 23 mile per hour in college. Like let him get in space and, you know, make some plays with the ball in his hands. Like, I don't understand why you draft him number 4 overall and then don't use him. It is like the most frustrating thing in fantasy football to me. So, yeah, fade Kyler Murray into oblivion.
Dang.
Oh, wait, Kyler made a visit to the show.
Recurring bit.
He was sitting next to Jalen.
Well, cool. For everybody out there, Logan, did you have anything else?
I just had those 2 segments, unless anybody else had any final, anything else they wanted to add.
Get Troy Franklin off waivers if he's still there. I'm not trading Troy Franklin for anybody right now. I'm keeping him on my roster.
Dude, let's go.
Alex, me and Trey were just talking about this earlier. Does this not feel like a Sean Payton trap? Like, I love Troy Franklin. I'm so excited, but does this not feel like a trap by Sean Payton?
Oh, gosh. Like a Taysom Hill game type thing?
100%.
No, I think Troy Franklin, 2 weeks in a row. He's got to keep it up. And he's 22. He's so young, I feel like.
Yeah.
He's high upside for him to keep up with this. He seems to have taken over Marvin Mims' role a little bit. I don't know how Trey feels about that take, but
I love Marvin Mims. He's a 2-time All-Pro or Pro Bowler. He was an All-Pro, right? But that's for his return ability. He's fast. He needs to work on his route running. But yeah, I think Troy Franklin looks like the number 1 out there. He's crazy good, man. And he even said this. He even said that in the game against Buffalo in the playoffs last year, he felt like that was his I guess real coming into the NFL. He said in an interview that, that was the moment that he said, okay, I can do this. I belong in this league. Because up until that point, Broncos fans were really frustrated because he did nothing. He dropped every pass that was coming his way. But man, you switch to number 11, which is what he's wore his entire life, up until last year. And then something about that number, I don't know, it just turned something on. But yeah, he looks like an animal. I'm stoked. I don't care if he takes over Marvin Mims, because I also hope Marvin Mims takes another step, and then you've got some dangerous weapons everywhere. Gonna have to try and exploit that Chiefs defense somehow. I don't know.
Yeah, to me, Troy Franklin's kind of taken over the Devon Bailey role from last year, which had a lot greater of a target share. Because as much as I liked Marvin Mims, he didn't really play a whole lot of snaps most of last year. Franklin was up to 80-something% this week. That's the most encouraging thing about the whole thing. Even if his stat line was like 3 catches for 40 yards, like he's still a massive buy just because of the snap share. But once again, Sean Payton does this crap to us all the time, and I just I'd be so upset. I'm all in on Troy Franklin just reuniting with Bo Nix, college teammates balling out. Dom, you got any advice for the people? One last parting thought.
I'm a big Travis Etienne lover. I think you should start him all formats, PPR, standard. I think he's going to be a monster this year. I think since that Tank Bixby trade, I've been all over that. So start him, please. He's going to win you some crucial games. So,
Trey, did you not give this man the memo that this is a Bashal Tootin show?
Yeah.
Listen, I had him as a waiver wire pickup, so he's gonna get some key work. I don't know how much he's gonna cut into it. I'm pretty excited. I honestly, despite the whole Brian Thomas Jr. situation, I don't even want to think of him right now. I really like that Jags rushing attack. Everything but the passing on that team is I love.
Yeah. We got a late breaking comment from Big Mike. We starting Bill or Keon Coleman tonight?
Bill.
Yeah.
Bill.
Yeah, Bill. Coleman's probably not going to run a lot of routes because the Bills, I think, are just going to lay it on the Dolphins.
Yeah.
Logan, what do you got in that noggin? What's your parting thoughts for everybody?
I'm going to double down on starting Caleb Williams. So if you're still not confident starting Caleb Williams, you should do it.
That's right. And you'll give the people your address in case you get that wrong, right?
Yeah. I'll provide it. I'll provide for people.
Sounds good. We'll put it in the
the
comments
details
and pin it. Well, fellas, thank you so much for hopping on. We'll be back this Tuesday, and we'll really dig into the nitty gritty because 30 minutes feels cheap, right?
For sure.
So much more we could have talked about.
We got a good
like
minute,
Wandale Robinson breaking out.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh.
We didn't get to that. That's crazy. But yeah, fellas, thank you.
Thank you guys.
Thanks for having us.
See you next time.
Thank you guys.
Dude,
All right.
man, they're smart.
Yeah,
Holy
they're pretty.
crap, I'm
They're,
just
they're
like-
super smart.
I'm just like, I'm going to listen to you guys and ask you all my fantasy questions every single week.
That's what I'm telling you. I mean, everybody, I've said this every time, listen to these guys because this is how you win money in your fantasy football leagues, and this is how you win respect amongst your peers. By listening to all these guys. So with that, before we bring on our next guest to talk about the Bills Dolphins, just a reminder, if you're over there on Twitter or Instagram watching us live, come on over to the YouTube Fan Feed Network, follow, subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave a comment. We love comments unless you're NFL game streaming on NFLHD.com, who we've had to ban multiple times because he's just posting spam links. But Trey, what do you think? We ready to talk about this Dolphins Bills game?
Yeah. I'm excited to hear Rocco's thoughts because he is he's like a pseudo Dolphins fan. So I'm really interested to see like what it's been like the last 2 weeks, and then also what expectations are coming into this game. So yeah, man,
I'm all in.
Let's get into it.
Bring him on.
Rocco, what's up, man?
Hey, thanks for having me. You guys ready for the game of the year?
Oh, I'm so ready for these hot predictions.
I don't have a whole lot for you guys. The main thing I'll be watching is the Dolphins' pass defense against the reigning MVP.
That's true. Yeah, that's how I kind of feel. This game feels like a Thursday night football game.
Yeah, it does. It's a Thursday night football game if there ever was a Thursday night football game.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
And actually, it's probably a little better because I think the Bills will score a lot of points, but it could be worse. It could be like, two terrible teams playing each other.
Yeah,
It could be the Russell Wilson Broncos playing the Indianapolis Colts on Thursday night football.
The 2018
Dude,
Jags versus the 2018 Titans. Just bad. So, Rocco, this is your first time on the show, so tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, so I am a 49ers fan. I've been a 49ers fan. I started watching football it was the year before they went to the Super Bowl. So I watched my fair share of CJ Beathard and Nick Mullins and all of them. But my dad was a Dolphins fan, so I started watching the Dolphins with him too. So I also had the pleasure of watching the Ryan Fitzpatrick rushing yards leading Dolphins. Yes. So very happy those Dolphins are not playing tonight, or else this would really be a bum of a game.
That's right.
Yeah.
Wow, the CJ Beathard times, those were dark times.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you can say that again.
How do you feel about the 49ers this year?
I mean, we're 2-0. Mac Jones looked pretty good last week. It was against the Saints, but yeah, I'm excited to see him play a couple more games. And then I don't know if this is the year they make a super deep run. I feel like the Super Bowl window has closed a little bit, but I think with Shanahan's coaching and Robert Saleh back on that defense, I'm really excited to see how that unit looks down the stretch.
That defense looks scary. I don't know. It's Robert Saleh is right back where he needs to be, and they're just making teams pay for it. I mean, you take out the starting quarterback, and you still, you still look great. It's pretty incredible to see like what a stout defense can do to stifle other teams.
Yeah, and Saleh just never deserved to be fired off the Jets. You saw immediately that Jets defense just become like one of the top or the worst defenses in the league after being a top defense for all the years he was there. I love Saleh. It did make me mad because I'm like, 49ers just got better. I'm a Steelers fan, so I don't really have much against the 49ers except they're close to us in amount of Super Bowl wins. So, you gotta keep them away.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. As a Broncos fan, like we call the 49ers like Broncos West. Like that's what like Broncos country calls them. It's just so many people going back and forth. John Lynch over there, right? He's a ex-Bronco, and man, they make a lot of trades and they seemingly pick up a lot of different people off of waivers and stuff like that. Off-season signings. I mean, we got 2 of them this year, right? Like just those 2 alone. Yeah, I like the Niners. I never had anything against them. I hate the Seahawks, so I root for the Niners every time they play them.
Yeah, I'm with you there.
Yeah.
Rocco, what jersey are you rocking? That's not a Ricky Williams jersey, is it? It's either Ricky or Ronnie
Williams,
Brown.
Actually, yeah.
Let's go.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Back to the 90s.
I freaking love Ricky Williams.
Yeah, he's a tough runner.
Dude, yeah, tough runner and like the ultimate like running back aesthetic, like the dark visor, those big elbow pads, like, oh yeah, just sign me up.
Yes, sir.
As a kid who played a lot of Madden, I was like, let me dress my guy up like Ricky Williams.
Mm-hmm. Get all the dreads.
It's so cool. Also that it's like not a Dan Marino, because I feel like a lot of those throwback jerseys, they're all Dan Marino. But dude, that one is so cool. Holy cow.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, we've got a question here. Yeah.
Do you play fantasy, Rocco?
I do. Yeah, I do dynasty and redraft.
Let's go.
Oh, sick.
So we got to answer this question. All right. So pick 2 PPR flex spots. You got Jalen Waddle, DJ Moore, Kenneth Walker. Currently planning to start Walker, likely between Waddle and Moore.
Yeah. So I have a dynasty league where I have both Kenneth Walker and Zach Charbonnet. And I've made the wrong choice both weeks. But with that, like Charbonnet dropped 1 point last week, and Kenneth Walker got a touchdown in like 100 yards. So
yeah,
I would say go for Kenneth Walker. I don't know about DJ Moore. I know the last guys were hyping up Caleb Williams, but there's just so many like guys who are going to get targets in that offense. So over Jalen Waddle, though, the Dolphins will be playing from behind. So I think Jalen Waddle could maybe get some targets. I would go Kenneth Walker and Jalen Waddle.
Yeah,
nice.
I'm with Rocco on this one. As scary as that, that's kind of a scary group of people to play because Waddle could easily be a 0 tonight if they just get trounced. But DJ Moore's just looked really bad. I think Ben Johnson's like, kind of talking badly about him, without mentioning his name in the press conferences. Vibes are just really bad around DJ Moore. Kenneth Walker, he's hard to, sit, and he's going to have those stinkers of games. But who are the Seahawks playing this week? Let's see. I know I've got it somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, I personally, I don't know if I would ever start DJ Moore. Like, I don't know if I feel comfortable enough to start him. I would probably just unload him to any buyer that is willing to take him. I don't know. It just doesn't seem like they're going to use him. I mean, I'm more comfortable starting Luther Burden over DJ Moore personally. I just think that's their guy. Yeah.
DJ Moore needs to get traded. Kenneth Walker is playing the New Orleans Saints. Feels like a game that they'll probably go up and run the ball a lot. Yeah, so that feels the hardest part about Kenneth Walker and Charbonnet is they're splitting carries evenly. It's like 50-50. I think Kenneth Walker literally had like how many snaps? His percentage of snaps last week was 35% of the snaps.
Oh my gosh,
that is so low to have. And he had 105 yards on 13 carries. Like that's why you start Kenneth Walker because he doesn't need to have a lot of work to, be good. So anyway, thank you for the question, Stefan or Steven. I never know how to pronounce that. But let's get back to this game. So Rocco, I want to ask you, what is the first storyline you think of when you see this game, Dolphins versus Bills?
I know off the top of my head, the Bills have won 9 home games in a row against the Dolphins. So that's the first thing that comes to mind. Aside from how terrible this Dolphins defense has been, I know that I just wrote an article on the Dolphins just kind of previewing the week, and they are ranked 32nd in the NFL. They are dead last in expected points added by their passing defense. So passing defense, their corners are not doing them any favors. They are definitely missing Jalen Ramsey right now up in Pittsburgh. But additionally, they've also given up a rushing touchdown to a quarterback both of the first 2 weeks. So Daniel Jones, he might have had 2 actually, but he had at least 1. And Drake May also got 1 last week. So playing Josh Allen, that's not a stat you want to see. So I think the biggest storyline would be, can the Dolphins hold the Bills under 40?
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Yeah, Josh Allen, anytime touchdown is free. So
yeah,
absolutely free.
And I mean, history would say, no, they probably can't hold them under 40. I mean, Daniel Jones put up 33. What'd they give up last week?
It was 33
again?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. They're averaging 33. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Storm Duck, dude. Storm Duck, the starting corner for the Miami Dolphins.
Put him out there, man. We've been screaming his name since the preseason.
He's drowning. He's drowning.
Let's just see. Mostly because Jalen Ramsey, like you said, got traded, and he's playing well. Jalen Ramsey's playing well, which is kind of bad news for the Dolphins, but
and the Steelers apparently fleeced because it doesn't sound like Minka's really adding much to that defense.
Yeah, I was just about to say Minka Fitzpatrick is kind of going back to his old Dolphins ways. Reason he got traded in the first place.
Yeah. And the only hope, and I'll just kind of shed maybe a little light on a Dolphins potential, upset here, is that Bills coming off of a big win last week. It's a divisional game, so you can never count out divisional games, even though the Bills do typically own the Dolphins. I think the biggest struggle the Bills have is their rush defense. And so I think if the Dolphins can establish the run while doing these quick, easy, the little quick, easy routes that Mike McDaniel schemes up, and just focus on moving the ball down the field rather than we got to get Tyreek Hill a 30-yard plus catch because reporters are, running after him. Yeah. I think there could be some life in this game to make it a little closer, but without the defense playing well, that's going to be hard, but this could be a trap. So let's ask this, Rocco, which players are you most excited to see perform tonight, specifically with the Dolphins?
Yeah, I had Devon Achane highlighted on my board with players to watch. I mean, Tyreek Hill is a player you want to watch, but he's probably not going to do too much. But Achane had 10 targets last week, and I expect them to really try and establish the short passing game. My key to the game for the Dolphins last week, aside from Tua not turning the ball over 3 times, was trying to establish that short passing game. But they fell behind 12-0 in the first quarter, and then they just started trying to throw the ball downfield and kind of moved away from just trying to put together a longer drive and just not slowly build momentum instead of trying to go for the deep ball. But obviously the Bills could very well pull away early, and it might just be a repeat of the first 2 weeks. But if the Dolphins can keep it close and maybe get 1 or 2 defensive stops early, I'd look to see them try and build some momentum, like you said, through the short passing game, get those easy completions for Tua.
Yeah. Yeah, I think for Buffalo tonight, I think it'll be really interesting to see how James Cook does. He's already been on a tear, at least in fantasy. He's the number 1 fantasy running back. He's just been balling. These Thursday night games, typically, I don't know what it is, but they typically are the games that have the multi-touchdown scoring guys. I could definitely see James Cook hitting a hat trick tonight. But the only guy the guy I'm most excited to see if this game does get out of hand is Ray Davis. I love Ray Davis. I think Ray Davis is a great running back. He played really well in some spots last year. Actually, the one game that James Cook sat out, Ray Davis had a 100-yard game and I think 2 touchdowns. He's just a guy that could do it all, and I think he deserves more work in that offense. So, I'm predicting that this game will get out of hand quickly, and hopefully that brings on some more Ray Davis. But yeah, that would be the guy I'm excited to see. And then just, can we see the Bills play run defense? They got absolutely destroyed week 1 by Derrick Henry, which, I mean, everybody does. Who did they play last week? Was it the Jets?
Patriots.
Yeah. So they did.
Sorry.
Yeah, they did stand up pretty strong against a Jets offense that can only run the ball, but that's also due in part to Fields just, I think they had the defense keyed up. They already played Lamar, so Justin Fields is a poor man's Lamar, so it wasn't that hard to change the game plan on defense. But can the Bills maintain a strong run defense, especially against A-Chain? That's kind of what I'm looking for. Trey, you got anybody you're thinking about tonight?
Yeah, man. I want to see Ollie Gordon. I want to see our guy, man. Yeah, dude. I've been hammering the table for Ollie Gordon. Dude, I love this guy. I think he's going to be so good. I mean, I think, I don't know. I think if the game does get out of hand, like let's say it's 40-13 or something, right? Like in the fourth quarter, maybe you let Ollie Gordon come in and just see what he's got, I hope that's not the case. I hope it's competitive, and I got A-Chain on my team, so I hope he gets a lot of points and they keep him in the whole game. But I am excited to see him eventually. Last week he only had 1 carry, but it was for 8 yards. The first week he had 2 carries, but only 4 yards total. So split the difference. You're like 4 yards a carry. It's not bad, but I mean, we'll see. I don't know. Anyways, I know he's not going to play a lot, but I'm really excited to see Ollie Gordon, and I want him to get some significant playing time this year. And what a better place to do it than on a nationally televised Thursday night football game.
Yes, sir.
But we got our guy Kendrick. Man, I love Kendrick. Always
Kendrick.
hopping in the chat. He's asking who should the Dolphins consider trading more, Tua or Tyreek?
I mean, I've seen the rumors that Tyreek might get traded back to the Chiefs. I don't know if that's just pure speculation or fan stuff, but I personally think the Dolphins can't really win with Tua. I mean, he just throws so many bad interceptions. Like, there's just been like a bad interception each of the first 2 weeks. And on top of that, he has the injury concerns. So I always worry about him potentially getting hurt again, and then you got to start looking for a quarterback again. I mean, they do have Zach Wilson, but I would not have very high expectations for that. He's just kind of there to hold the clipboard for now. But I guess with that being said, Tyreek would be better to trade because he'd probably have more trade value. I don't know if anyone would really want Tua at this point, but yeah.
Trey, you know a little bit about Zach Wilson.
Zach, yeah. He played with the Broncos last year. He's a great backup. I mean, he's our third stringer, but man, I love having him. Yeah, I would love to have that job. And third stringer, because like even if your quarterback gets hurt, like you're not playing, you're gonna be collecting
Chase
a paycheck.
Daniels has the most legendary NFL career of all time. Hardly started ever, made millions of dollars just sitting behind the great quarterbacks and hanging out.
Yeah.
Ultimate.
Did you see what's his name? Carson Wentz. Did you see like he's now holds the record because he's going to be starting for his sixth team in 6 years, which is like an NFL record.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Pretty crazy.
I didn't know that.
But I did want to talk about this question from Kendrick really quick too, because I actually brought this up with Jay last week when you weren't here, Cam. Because you abandoned me.
Sorry. I'm so sorry.
But I was talking about the potential of Tyreek getting traded, and I agree with you, Rocco, that if they're going to trade him, like that's the guy you trade because you'll get more for him. But also this year his salary cap I think is like $27.8 million if I'm not mistaken. Next year it's like 52. Like that's your cap hit. So if I'm the Dolphins and I'm looking to trade one of these guys, I'm unloading Tyreek as soon as I can. I mean, give me a bag of peanuts and a 7th round pick, like you can have him. Just because he's going to tie up so much of that salary cap next year, and that's insane money to me. You're not getting that value from that wide receiver. So, I agree with you. As much as you would want to get rid of Tua, like you said, but maybe you draft somebody, maybe go get Arch, and that's you just
and then you're back in the same situation because Arch sucks.
Yeah,
hey, I got my eye on Shador. I got my eye on Shador.
Yeah. That's funny because that's what Kendrick said too. Is like Kendrick put out in an article. I was reading it earlier today that should the Panthers go and trade for Shador now? So I think a lot of teams got their eye on him, but why don't you guys draft him? In the draft. I don't know.
I'll say really quick on that trade talk. I just think the Dolphins are the most obvious team that needs to just have a re-roll, on everything. It sucks for Mike McDaniel because he's not going to make it out alive. He's going to get fired. They're never going to win enough games with the team they have on the field right now. If they start tanking, the Dolphins aren't really he hasn't earned enough of that tenure to be able to be okay, we're going to go through a rebuild. Do you trust me? I don't think the Dolphins understand. I think they need a fresh start, and really, I think they should trade everyone. I actually think Tua is actually a better quarterback than most people think. It just looks so bad right now because of how bad the offensive line has been for the past 2 years. But immediately, Tyreek Hill he's going to get value right off the block. I think Tua would also get value, but I just think they should trade everyone. I think, just full on tank it. Go be 0-17, and just lose it all. So anyway, let's move on. Thank you, Kendrick, for that question. Always love when Kendrick chimes in. So we've hit on it a lot, but the final question is a twofer. What are the keys to the game here? And then what's your final score prediction on this game? So Rocco, we'll start with you.
Yeah, so I'll give my keys to the game for the Dolphins to win. I think they pretty much have to play a perfect game. They need no turnovers. There needs to be no special team stuff. Last week there was the back-to-back kickoff returns. There can be pretty much no errors. And even then, I could still see them losing the game. But my final score prediction, I'm going to say with a garbage time touchdown, I'll be optimistic. I'm going to go 33-21 Bills.
Nice. Trey, what about you? Keys to the game, final score prediction.
Yeah. I mean, I think you have to pressure Josh Allen. I think Chubb has to, do something, make him uncomfortable. I don't know if he will. You just haven't seen it yet. I don't know. I think obviously it starts there. If you can stop Josh Allen or contain him, at least don't let him use his legs because that's when he makes things happen. If you can do that, then I don't know. Give up a 200-yard game to Cook and just live with that. I mean, at least you didn't let Josh Allen beat you. That being said, I think it's a tall order and too tough of a task for the Dolphins to keep, the best quarterback in the league or one of the best quarterbacks in the league in check. So I'm also going Bills. I'm going to take 38-20.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, I just don't see as much as I played like optimism for the Dolphins. I don't see it at all. I think this is a pretty easy dog walk. Mike McDaniels could get fired like right after the game. I mean, that would be one of the earliest firings in the NFL. It would suck for like A-Chain because he's got an insane role on the offense. So for fantasy football, it would definitely suck. But I think the keys, Buffalo Bills, just run the ball. They don't need to do anything special. They don't need to go out and prove Keon Coleman's good or one of these receivers is nice. Like they just need to run the ball and keep running it, maintain possession, just get in, get out. Dolphins, like Rocco said, they've got to play a perfect game. If they can stop the run and force Josh Allen to throw, that's step one, but then they got to stop the pass. Which their best case with that is getting to the passer, getting to Josh and sacking him, which is also a tall task. If they can do that and get the Bills flustered at home, they could have a fighting chance. I just think the Bills are too good. I think they're dominant on offense. And so I think final score for me, I'm going to say 35-3. Bills. Yeah, that
would suck.
Yeah, that would suck. It's Thursday night, baby. But I will say James Cook. I'll put in James Cook has a hat trick tonight. So that's my hot take. So cool. Dang. All right. Well, Rocco, where can everybody find you and your work?
Yeah, I'm on Instagram at rt.moschella, which is my last name, Moschella. And then I'm also on LinkedIn with just my first and last name. I have links to my portfolio and all that stuff there.
Awesome.
And also check out the Fanfeed Network website under the Dolphins and 49ers. I write for both of them.
Yes, sir. You're putting in work.
Yes.
Yeah, cool. Rocco, thanks for coming on, dude. This has been super fun meeting you and getting to talk ball.
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks, Rocco. We'll talk to you soon.
Sounds good. Have a good night.
Enjoy the game. Awesome.
Man.
All right. That was a fun time. Trey, with not much left to talk about, you want to do an exercise that I think we should do every Thursday, go through all the games on the upcoming slate and give our predictions. And we probably need to be better at going through, where we were right, where we were wrong. It'd be fun to keep record, keep track, and just see where we land on that. But let's go through the game. So I do. We both got Bills over the Dolphins.
Yep.
Packers, Browns.
Packers.
Is this at Cleveland? Ooh.
Doesn't matter.
Maybe. I will say Packers, but this could be a game that frustrates that offense and be low scoring, giving the Browns an opportunity. But I will say Packers.
Yeah.
Colts, Titans. Hold on. Pulling it up. It is. Wait. Oh, it's at Cleveland.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
I mean, it could be interesting.
I could see that one being. Yeah. I mean, this just goes in line with our Packers take from the beginning of the season, and of course, if the Browns do just get stomped, we're just gonna look like haters. But anyway, we're going Packers.
We're not haters. We're just not Jordan Love believers. That's all it is. We even said that the Packers are a good team.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Colts, Titans.
Indiana Jones, my guy. They're
Indiana Jones.
Titans start out 0-3. Unfortunate as it is for them.
Yeah, I could see that. We got Seamus commenting on here right now. Danny Dimes for Revenge Tour 3-0.
Whoa! Yeah.
I love it. Go check out the Winded podcast.
Yeah, go check them out. Go check out the Life of Kendrick too. He posted earlier. Go follow them. Do they play the Giants at all? Do you know? The Colts?
I don't know. That would be very interesting to see. Colts schedule.
I'll pull that up. You can go to the next one.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say Colts in this one. This feels like a good week for upsets. Week 3 just feels like because this is in Tennessee. Tennessee's got a pretty stingy defense. Cam Ward, I think, has played some very tough defenses to start out. Colts defense is pretty bad. I'm gonna have fun. I'm just gonna say Titans. I'm gonna say Titans in this one.
Okay.
Cam Ward gets his first win, and the Colts it's like Scooby-Doo where they pull the mask off the villain at the end, and they're like, "This is who you really are."
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, Bengals at Vikings.
Oh. Carson Wentz is starting. It doesn't matter. I'm going. Oh,
Jake Browning starting.
Wow.
I'm going Vikings.
I'm going Bengals. Give me Jamar Chase and T. Higgins and Chase Brown. It'll be a big Chase Brown game.
Yeah, that's definitely a Chase Brown game. I'm going to go Vikings. I think their secondary is top tier, and Jake Browning already threw a bunch of picks.
Justin Jefferson could have a day too, though.
He could have a day. He could have a day. It's always good to see Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase play each other. Two goats.
Yeah.
All right, Steelers in New England playing the Patriots. Who you got?
I'm gonna go. Oh my gosh, this is a good one. This is a toss up. I lean. Yeah, I think I'm leaning New England because they're at home. If Pittsburgh was at home, I would probably take Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
I wonder what the line is on that game. It's probably like 1 point.
Yeah, it's Pittsburgh 1.5 spread. New England money line's at plus 110. So Pittsburgh's the favorite, but slightly.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Pittsburgh. I think they get right. I just think the Patriots are still trying to find their way, and I don't think Ramondre Stevenson's going to hurt our defense as bad as Kenneth Walker and or Breece Hall. All right, Rams and Eagles. This would be a good Travion Henderson game. Rams and Eagles. Who you got?
Yeah, I'm taking the
Philly.
Rams actually. Yeah. I mean, you know me, I'm a Rams guy. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going Rams. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. I just hate the Eagles, and I will pick against them nonstop now.
Yeah.
All right, Jets, Buccaneers in Tampa Bay.
Yeah, taking the Bucs.
Tampa Bay. Yeah, especially with Justin Fields out. I mean, this is just going to be a slob fest. Big Bucky Irving game incoming.
Oh, yeah.
Raiders, Commanders in Washington. We still don't know the full status on Jaden Daniels. I think he's supposed to play with the brace. Yeah. So
that's what I was going to ask. If he's playing, I'm taking Commanders. If he's not playing, I mean, I know that's kind of like a cop-out.
It makes a big difference because it's Jaden Daniels or Marcus Mariota. Yeah. So I think that's fair.
Exactly. But give me the Commanders. I can't. Yeah, I don't know. The Raiders just haven't shown me enough to say that they could beat anybody. Yeah. I don't know. They just they look like the same Raiders. It doesn't look like anything special when you watch them. And Ashton Genty hasn't put it together yet. They have Jacoby Myers and they have Brock Bowers. But man, Geno looks bad. He looks really bad.
He looked great week 1, but week 2 was really bad. Really bad. But I think Commanders in this one. I think coming off of like 10, 11 days of rest playing last Thursday's game, even with Jaden Daniels a little hobbled, he doesn't really need to run to beat the Raiders. So, I'm going Commanders. Falcons, Panthers in Carolina.
Yeah, I'm taking the Falcons. I've picked the Panthers both weeks, both of the first 2 weeks of the season, and they're just getting trashed everywhere.
Every game.
This is going to be the week though that they turn it on and they win, and I'm like, of course, the 1 week I pick them. But
this would be the upset.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I'm going Falcons. I think they're too good, dude. I think the Falcons are a very good team.
Yeah.
Texans versus Jaguars.
I said in the preseason, Michael Penix top 10 for me next year.
I put my brother on the spot last week and told him to give everybody his hot take on Michael Penix and Kirk Cousins. His hot take was that Michael Penix would either get benched or sit out due to injury, and Kirk Cousins would lead the Falcons to the playoffs. And
That's spicy.
both Alex and Kendrick just kind of went. It was so funny. It was like, welcome to the show.
Yeah, I mean that's the point of hot takes, though, right? You know,
that's right. That's exactly what Caleb said.
And, really make those faces.
That's right. All right, Texans Jaguars.
I'll put this out there for whoever's watching. My hot take at the beginning of the season was the Chiefs are going to collapse, and so far so good. Praying that continues. I know they're going to turn it on eventually, but anyways, we can move
Trey
on.
paid an Etsy witch to curse the Chiefs, or
Sure
Etsy
did.
Fiverr. Texans Jags in Jacksonville. What do you got here?
Oh my gosh, I keep picking the Texans. No, I picked the Rams week 1. I think I actually have to go Jags here. The Texans kind of like what I said about the Raiders. They haven't shown me that they can do anything. And it's kind of scary. I don't know, like CJ Stroud it's almost like his sophomore slump, which again, you and I talked about this 2 months ago, but when I said CJ, there's no such thing as really a sophomore slump if you look at the numbers. But I feel like he's having what would you call it? A junior slump?
Yeah, junior jump off the edge.
Yeah, a junior jump. Yeah, yeah. I don't know, man. He doesn't look good. The team doesn't look good. Something about that Texans team is not clicking. And when I say something, I mean everything. Like they just don't look like a competent team. So I guess I'm taking the Jags, and I'm not even a Trevor Lawrence guy.
Yeah, I think Trevor's going to struggle mightily in this game. But I think the Jags, I can't really go for the Texans right now. I love their defense, but I just can't trust Stroud. He has just not looked very good at all. The offense as a whole looks very not creative in getting guys open. They're like I was watching it with my wife, and I was just like, it's so annoying. They won't run any I typically hate screen passes and short passes, but it works, for lots of teams because it helps build momentum. They don't run any of that. They just have everybody run like 10 yards down the field and then chuck it to them. And it's so frustrating. So, Jags win that one at home. Broncos, Chargers.
Wait, real quick before we move on. Would that be an upset if they win? If the Texans win?
The Texans are underdogs in this one.
Dang.
Jacksonville's a favorite.
That's so. I mean, if you're looking for an underdog upset, that's a good
one.
That's probably the one I would bank on.
Yeah, that's a barely underdog upset.
Yeah,
and you could see it happening, but it is in Jacksonville, so they get a little home field advantage. But I still think Trevor Lawrence is just going to struggle, like you said. All right, Broncos Chargers. This is a big one.
Yeah, I gotta go. I gotta go with my mind over my heart here. So I'm actually going to take the Chargers. They look good. Chargers look really good, except the running game. Justin Herbert looks good. Herbert looks good, which is nothing new. We said this in the offseason. We've always said that Justin Herbert is a very good quarterback. They look good. I'm just, it's kind of like what we said at the beginning of this podcast. Like I am concerned about the Broncos defense, and they're getting exposed. I mean, they're getting exposed. That if Daniel Jones can do it, Justin Herbert can do it. So, I'll pick the Chargers on this one.
Yeah, I'm also going Chargers. I just think the additions of Keenan Allen to that offense, Amarian Hampton, and Quentin Johnston actually playing well. Chargers look like a really, really good team right now. And, I think the Chargers win this one at home. Saints going to Seattle to play the Seahawks. What you got here?
Seahawks, easy.
Really? I actually I think I might go Saints. I think Saints have been very impressive for how bad of a team they are the last 2 weeks. I think the Seahawks are fake good, and I could see the Saints traveling into Seattle and pulling the upset. So I'll go Saints on this one just to have a little fun.
I don't think the Saints want to win. I don't think they want to. I think they want.
I don't know. Spencer Rattler's been balling. Spencer
Well, I'm not
Rattler's
saying
been
he
balling.
doesn't want to win. I'm sure he wants to win, but I don't think that the organization wants them to win this year.
Sure. Yeah, I'm with that. I just think I think they're better than most people think, and I think the Seahawks are probably not as good as most people think. So,
Yeah.
Rattler, look at this. Week 1, he was 27 of 46.
That's bad.
Didn't throw any touchdowns. Not too bad. Yeah, that's pretty bad against Arizona. But then against San Fran last week, 25 of 34 for 3 touchdowns.
Wow. That's
He
decent.
had a really good game against San Fran in no, that was in New Orleans. This is their first road game. Yeah, I'm probably wrong, but I'm going to go with Seattle or the Saints. All right, Cowboys Bears. This is probably one of the most fun games, and this is actually even split. They're even money line.
Yeah, that is going to be a fun one. I'm going to lean Cowboys because we've seen the Cowboys offense do it. We haven't seen the Bears offense do it, even though Cowboys have a very ticky-tacky defense. I still think the Cowboys pull it together. I don't know. Until we can see the Bears do it, then it's a different conversation. But for now, I'm going Dallas. So Seamus, if you're watching, that's for you, buddy.
Shout out Dallas. Yeah, I'm going with Dallas too. Like you said, I just haven't seen the Bears do it. They can't really establish the run right now, which is a really big problem for that offense that Ben Johnson wants to run. So, battle of the undefeateds. Cardinals take on the 49ers in San Fran. Who you got here?
Undefeated? Oh my gosh, they are undefeated. Holy cow.
Yeah, but I think they've only played the Saints and the Panthers.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah. I'm going San Fran. Even with Mac Jones, I'm going San Fran.
Yeah, Mac Jones is going to light it up. 3 touchdowns, 250 yards over that. Probably 30 yards rushing and a touchdown. Yeah, I love Mac in this game.
Ricky Pearsall game?
I think this could be a Ricky Pearsall game, although Juwan Jennings looked really good last week. Sunday night is a real stinker. Chiefs versus Giants in New York.
Yeah.
2 0-2 teams. Could be blowouty, but I don't know. Just what do you think?
I'm trying to speak with the logical side of me. Seriously, like I am. If they can look anything like they looked this past Sunday, that has a chance to actually be a really good game.
What's your history with Russell Wilson after having a big game?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. He didn't have very many good games with us. Yeah.
So bad.
They were all bad to me. Yeah, obviously I'm going Chiefs here, but I'm actually kind of excited to watch this game. I think that game is going to be better than people think when they just look at it on the surface.
This honestly would be a great game for Jackson Dart to come in and start. Just saying, like time. If he did play against the Chiefs, though, because I think they have a chance with the Chiefs' offense struggling as bad as they are, and how good the Giants' pass rush looks. Mahomes is going to be—he's going to run the ball a lot this game. And just trying to find somebody with hands, which not even Kelsey can catch right now. This definitely feels like a trap game and a chance for the Chiefs to go 0-3. But I will stick with the Chiefs in a boring Sunday night win. And actually, Monday night's the best game on this slate. Detroit Lions come into Baltimore and take on the Ravens. Ravens have had some real big games in the first 3 games. Go take the Bills, and now they play the Lions. It's pretty impressive. Who you got in this one?
This one's a toss-up.
Yeah, it's tough.
I think last week against the Bears, do you think they were running up the score on Ben Johnson?
Yes, 100%.
You do?
Yeah. I think Dan Campbell and Ben Johnson don't get along very well now.
And do you think that they're able to do that as a byproduct of them knowing Ben Johnson, or do you think it's the team is clicking?
I think it was just the team is better. I mean, they went into a buzzsaw week 1 against the Packers. That, like we talked about, we were very surprised by the Packers defense, how good it is.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's been real the last 2 weeks, and it shows no signs of slowing down. So, I think they had their slump. They have that get back right game. Bears defense, I think, is Swiss cheese as well. I don't think the Bears have a very good defense. But the Ravens don't really have a good defense. So I think this one's just going to be super high scoring and a lot of fun. I'm excited to talk to our writers on Sunday night about this one.
Yeah.
Is that Valdemar and Steph?
Yep.
Nice.
And Steph is smart, man. She's really smart about the Lions. It's pretty much everything that she has said has come true. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you are truly incredible. Like she's great at the analytical piece and I don't know, being able to foresee the future. Like we talked about it earlier, but she called Isaac Tesla so many weeks ago, and he looks great. Anyways, I'll lock it in. I'll say Lions, but I'm not confident about it.
Yeah, and I'll just go Ravens just to make it fun. But I could see either team winning this one. But I just think the Ravens are on a roll offensively right now, and I think they've got a little bit stronger of a defense, although not by much. So,
I think it's going to have to be a shootout because the Ravens, they put up 40 in week 1, and then I think they put up 40 in week 2 also. Actually,
they did. It was a really slow start against the Browns, but they kind of just opened it up in the second half. Dropped 41, and that was a lot of fun. You got anything else to talk about before we head into week 3?
Man. No, this is a good time to wrap. The game starts in if it hasn't started already, it starts.
It might have already
3
started.
minutes.
Yeah, I just got the NFL notification kickoff underway.
I don't think I set my lineup.
No, I didn't even think about setting lineups.
I'm commissioner. I can make some moves.
That's right. We can make this change.
Yeah.
Well, cool, guys.
Right,
once again, thank you everybody for joining. If you have not already, please subscribe to the YouTube. Go follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Share us with your friends and whatnot. Let us know if there's anything you want to hear us do more on the podcast or the show and whatnot. Also, check out the website. Website is popping off. Everybody is crushing it. There's some real nuggets in there. I've been reading some more articles, and man, they're just lot of smart people working with us, and just really happy with the team we've got. So anyway, guys, with that, enjoy your week 3. We'll be back Sunday to both relish in our victories and moan about our losses. So be there 6:30, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram. But other than that, y'all have a great week 3. See you.